Hello and welcome to the Swamps. Today's tarot reading is going to be for what the universe wants to tell you or what your spirit guides want to tell you. It's kind of interchangeable to me. So this will be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. All right, let's get started. Oh, that's nice. Sorry, I've had COVID recently and I couldn't smell the incense, and I'm finally starting to be able to actually kind of smell it. It's lavender. I love it. Okay, so hello, pile 1. Today you chose the selenite. So if you want to know more about selenite, I suggest looking it up. But I will tell you the basic thing about selenite is that it's a cleansing stone. So we've got oracle cards and we've got a tarot card here. So I'm going to start with I'm going to do the tarot card first. So we've got the Magician, and honestly, I'm going to pull the oracle cards too because that's just super vague. Okay, you got Health is the first oracle card. So with the Health and the Magician, this could honestly be saying that, for some of you, if you are thinking of dieting or exercising or changing up your exercise routine, this is just to remind you that you're in control of that. You have the ability to create your own goals when it comes to that. And I almost feel like the need to remind you to go easy on yourself and to not expect instant changes. Because a lot of the big changes take a long time to get to. So let's see the next card. And we have Worth. I'm going to read this card. So, Worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. All right, so I feel like this is almost saying that, don't put all your worth into, this sounds kind of silly, but into your health. For some of you, this could actually be not just exercising. It could actually be to do with this is an interesting message I'm getting from this. So for some of you, you're in control of your health. That message isn't necessarily about exercising, but if you're trying to get a medication or a procedure done and you're just having trouble with that, I feel like I got this message before. I don't know if I posted the video or not, but I got a similar message before, which basically, if you're having trouble getting a medication or getting a procedure done, don't give up with that. You deserve it, essentially. If you think that that's what you really need, then you deserve it. And you are the person that really sort of gets to say what you need in this situation. I can't really think of any particular examples right now, but, that's sort of a gruesome example. I don't really want to say that one. The best thing I can really say is, for example, if you need a certain medication and your doctor's just been reluctant to give it to you, but your issues have been getting worse and everything else that they're giving you isn't working, then really stand up for yourself and say that you want to try it at the very least. Just really stand in your place and try to speak up for yourself, essentially. If this does have to do with a workout, then I think the worth is trying to say not to put all of your self-worth into your image, and that you are in control of that you can learn to love what you look like if you actually are determined to, really. But if you are trying to get in shape and basically if you're trying to get in shape for this group, don't put all of your self-worth into that. But I'm also not telling you not to do that. Definitely just be healthy about it is really what I'm trying to say. Just be healthy about it. Don't overextend yourself, and don't put any unrealistic goals on yourself is another thing. Just know that you're worthy to be a healthy person, and your body is worthy of love, even if you don't totally see that right now. But you definitely, I believe that you could get there. You could get to a point where you feel confident and worthy, and where you're not just putting all your self-worth on your image. So let's flip the last one. So this one says, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. So yeah, for the group that I was saying that you're trying to like talk to a doctor to get a procedure or to get a medication of some kind, or even if it's both connected, if you're like trying to see a dietitian or unable to get a hold of a dietitian, well, really speak up for that. And if you do speak up with that, you're gonna like attract that, because that's how life works. If you're able to speak up for what you need, and if you like, I just heard my boyfriend says this all the time, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So like that's sort of the situation. The squeaky wheel will get the oil. If you need a procedure or a medication, just be loud and obnoxious about it. Obviously, don't be like violent, but like be, make sure you're heard, because, and I've been through this enough times now where, a doctor just won't listen to me. And sometimes, and I'm not saying that doctors don't know anything, but sometimes you do know better than the doctor. Sometimes. I've actually had that happen a couple times now, and it's very frustrating, because it's just frustrating when somebody almost tries to imply that you don't know what you're experiencing. But if you are adamant enough about it, they should eventually listen to you. So definitely keep advocating for what you need to that group, and for others, for others, this could be a message of like, if you keep an open mind for like specifically, I keep seeing like people like at the gym for this group. So if you are open enough to a group of people that are into exercising and bettering themselves, you'll attract that. And that might be really good for you to have like a support system of people also trying to get in shape or who are in shape. It might be really good to have that, because they'll be able to give you like healthy tips, is sort of what I'm hearing. So definitely don't be afraid of that. I'm going to very quickly pull some charms, so hold on a second. And also be ready if you have earplugs in. Okay, wow. Oh, I like these a lot. Okay. So for some of you, this is definitely like trying to get in shape and you're trying to manifest this. And yeah, you have 2 butterflies coming out. And to me, that indicates that you will undergo some kind of transformation. This key almost implies to me for the group that is trying to like get a procedure or medication of some kind, that, it might seem like it's locked, but your voice is the key to like definitely speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to be a little annoying about it. This is such an interesting charm. I think it's a moon with a crown and wing on it. So, this one is almost more for the people trying to undergo that physical transformation that we were talking about. And to me, it's almost trying to say that like you're not going to see it coming, but someday you really will fall in love with who you are. Physically, mentally, spiritually. But it will happen. You just have to be patient with yourself, and you just have to really just believe that you are worthy of that. And the sun here to me in this context indicates some kind of determination. And this could go for either group that I was talking about. Just stay determined to get that procedure or to get that medication, and stay determined to get in shape. That's as somebody who's lost weight before, that's really what the real key to losing weight is: determination. And it's not any kind of special diet, it's not any kind of special workout routine, it's determination. And I think a lot of people that have lost weight will tell you that. So and I can say the same thing for the other group as the experiences that I've had. Definitely, if you speak up, you will be heard, especially if you speak up enough. And then the last charm here is this this leafy thing. And I think this one's more so for the people trying to, I guess this could also be for anyone trying to get a medication of some sort. But for me, this is mostly about the people that are trying to undergo some kind of physical transformation here. And all I have to say to that is that to me just indicates some kind of change and growth. So I'm going to put these back, and I really hope this reading was helpful to you. Yeah, thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading. I don't really have much more to say for this group, sorry. All right, hello, pile 2. You chose, and I'm really not sure what this is, to be honest with you. It is some kind of quartz, some kind of clear quartz. It's a specific type of clear quartz. You can kind of see it has some interesting stuff inside it, but I don't know what it is. So I'm really sorry about that. But today, this reading is for what the universe or your spirit guides are trying to tell you. And we got your tarot here and your oracle cards here. And I'm honestly going to flip the first oracle and the tarot at the same time, because the last group I tried to do just the tarot and it was way too big. So you got the 10 of coins here and forgiveness. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. This is an interesting message already right off the bat. So what I'm sort of getting here is that there's some kind of, for some of you, a familial dispute of some sort. And the universe and or spirit guides are trying to tell you that, like, it's okay to forgive them. Even it might not be, you might not be ready to, but they're almost sort of nudging to be open to the idea of forgiving them. This might not even be familial. This could be like a partner. Maybe they just feel like family. Could be a friend that feels like family. In some cases, this could be a boss or a coworker, because we have the coins coming out here. I'm going to flip some more cards real quick. So we've got karma, and I'll read this for you. So karma, there's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current life. So for some of you, this is an interesting one. For some of you, this actually has more spiritual than like a situation on Earth. You could be dealing with some kind of conflict with yourself, maybe like a habit that you're doing, or just like how you react to things emotionally. And you know what they're really trying to say is, like, it's, don't be so hard on yourself, like forgive yourself, you know, for those people. For the other people, this could be a karmic relationship of some kind, and that means that it's, I don't know how to describe this better than the image that I'm seeing in my head, but you know those, I forget what they're called, but they're like the little toys where there's like the ball at the end, and then you like pick it up and drop it, and then it like swings back and forth, and then it has other balls that are like, I forget what that's called. I hope you know what I'm talking about. That was a really, really poor explanation. But I'm almost seeing that, like there's like a back and forth to the relationship, basically. Whether this is family or a friend, I hope you could hear me. I think I was covering up the mic and I'm sorry. But whether this was family or friend, this relationship is karmic. And it's okay to forgive them. You know, you might not be ready to forgive them. I almost get the vibe that like a lot of you aren't ready to forgive just yet. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to immediately forgive people. There's sort of like a mental digestion that has to go on in certain situations like this. And, you know, you don't have to forgive right away, but just be open to the idea of forgiving them. I'm going to read your last card here. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Yes. Okay. So that is exactly what I'm talking about here. So, and this could be for some of you, for, like I said, forgiving yourself. And that, to be honest with you, for me personally, that always takes longer than forgiving another person. So just, you know, take your time with it. Take your time if you need to forgive yourself, if you need to forgive somebody else. You know, no one's rushing you, but your guides and the universe are trying to say, like, just be open to it. You know, it might seem like you can't forgive that person or yourself right now, but, you know, time heals all wounds. That's what I heard. And, you know, if you give yourself time to heal from whatever this is, you will be ready to forgive whoever we're talking about here. For some of you, this does have to do with family. And I don't know what exactly they did. I get like a feeling of like fighting. So you guys might have gotten into like a fight recently. But just know that I just don't want to like, because I don't know what the fight was about. So I don't want to like tell you what to do. But just know that like time can really change the perspective of that. And like the karma card coming up, you know, to me that can like mean that it's gonna things the actual balance of things in this relationship are going to change. I don't know how they're going to change, but to me that indicates there's going to be some kind of change. And I think that's why the universe and or your spirit guides are trying to like get you into that mindset of at least being open to the idea of forgiving them, because there might be a situation where you're going to need to forgive them, like to move forward. And I also would like to point out real quickly that all of these are blue. So that might actually be of significance to you, but the message I get from that color always is like a calmness. So like, you know, what I'm sort of getting from this is like, take some time to chill out, you know, especially if you're in a familial situation where there's fighting. Take some time, or if this is about you, if this is about forgiving yourself, take some time to meditate on all of this, whoever you are in the situation. Take some time to meditate on it and just be easy on this person and be easy on yourself, or at least try to be if it's another person. But if it's for yourself, definitely be easy on yourself. So I'm going to pull some charms now. I'm going to get some charms. Ooh, one flew right out. Okay, so this is a really weird one, this message, and you're not going to understand why I'm saying this, but for some of you, this has to do with your grandmother. I don't know what she did. I don't know what you did. Maybe it was something that you did involving your grandmother, but, you know, it's okay to forgive yourself for her. And the thing I'm going to say, if it's like something that she did, sometimes when you get older, you're just, I don't know how to say this politely and like without making people sad, but you're just not yourself. And it's like, it can be literally painful to be older. And that causes a lot of elderly people to be really uncomfortable and angry. And I think the universe for this group, this particular message, just wants you to know that like, try to contemplate on that, try to meditate on that. And try to just sort of like feel empathetic towards it. It's not easy sometimes, and I'm not trying to say that it is by any means, but that's sometimes what you gotta do. And it can just be helpful for the actual coping process. And this next one, you got the starfish, and that to me tells me that if this is a relationship with somebody, or even if this is a relationship with yourself, that you will be able to forgive yourself or this person. It just might take time. I feel like the same message is coming through with the flower here. And this is for the grandma group. I think it might have to do with spirituality for some of you. If that speaks to you, if the conflict has to do with a grandparent, they might just not be accepting of a spiritual practice that you're doing right now. And what I have to say to that is a lot of the older generations just don't get it. They were like, essentially, to be honest, they were like brainwashed to believe some of this was like the devil's work, if you're like practicing tarot or something. And I just think that like my advice to you is to just like sort of have some empathy for that. I'm not saying that you have to like let them push you around. If they're taking your tarot cards and throwing them out the window, like, yeah, obviously stand up for yourself. But if it's like, just try to also understand that they genuinely believe that you're in trouble or that you're doing something to harm yourself. And I don't agree with that. I'm not saying that you are, but I am saying that that's their perspective, right? They don't understand it, is all I'm really going to say. They really don't understand it. And I'm not saying that you should forgive them immediately if they're really on your case about it, but I am saying that if you can try to get into their shoes and understand that they were, back in the day was pretty crazy how they would like beat ideas into people is sort of what I'm getting at. So just try to have some empathy for that. Like I said, you don't have to agree with how they're treating you, but just try to understand why they're doing it. That might be it's kind of a hard message to get out. It's like, this is a complicated feeling and I can feel that and I'm really sorry. But my best advice is like, honestly, is the time thing. Like, time heals all wounds. So just try your best to like sort of roll with the punches until you get to a point where you're like coping better with this. I hate to say it like that. But sometimes that's all you can really do is just wait it out. But that's about it that I'm getting for this group. So thank you for coming to the Swamps for a tarot reading. We're going to move on to pile number 3 now. Hello, pile number 3. This is a tarot reading for what the universe or your spirit guides want to tell you right now. You chose the red Aura Quartz, so I suggest that you look that up and do a little research into it. It's a real pretty one. So we have a tarot card, oracle cards, and we're going to do charms too. So I'm going to flip the first oracle card and the tarot because the first group I tried to just read the tarot card and it was rough. It was a little too vague. So we'll do this one first. We got change. And then we've got the 6 of coins. Oh, so your financial status might be changing for the better. And for some of you, some of you recently got fired or quit your job and you're like in the, I don't know what's going to happen mode. And I'm just here to say that you might get a better job. You might get, and this might not just be financial either. You could be, for some of you might be like inheriting a house or something. Like, this is some interesting stuff. I almost feel like an inheritance is coming for some of you. Okay, I'm going to do some more cards. We've got non-duality. So I'll read the non-duality for you. Non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. You can become fluent at doing both. Okay, that's an interesting card for this. To be honest, I feel like I'm trying to just put it all together here, so just give me a second. For some of you, and this is going to be a vague message because I don't know what the exact detail of this is, but for some of you, you're going through some kind of a change. And you don't see it right now, but it's going to bring a lot of wealth. And I don't know if that wealth is financial or spiritual or physical in some kind of way, or even mental. You could just be changing, for some of you, you could be changing majors in college or something. So you might get just a plethora of knowledge coming your way. But basically there's some kind of change coming. And that's exciting. That's an exciting message. Like, when the universe says vaguely that there's some kind of change coming, I always get excited about that personally, because I like when things change. But yeah, and I'm not getting any kind of negative changing vibes from this. It's a little vague, I will admit, but I am getting like a positive change is coming. For some of you, it is like an actual inheritance of something. Like I said, for some reason, I got like inheriting a home for some of you. Ooh, interesting. The last group also had matching colors going on. This one's like an exact, like not an exact match, but it's like the same concept color-wise. But yeah, for some of you, there's some kind of change coming where like, honestly, I think one of you is going to inherit a house situation, or maybe a car, or you're just going to inherit something is what I get from this. I'm going to flip the last card. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Interesting. Okay. For some of you, and this is a vague message too, you're going to change something that you were reluctant to change. And because of that, you're going to get something, like the universe is going to give back to you quite a bit. Now, I don't know what exactly this is that you're going to be changing. It could be a job, it could be a mentality, it could be a habit of some kind, but the universe is going to reward you for it. And that is pretty cool. Honestly, it might be for some of you like a vice of some sort. It could be like smoking or drinking, and the change in itself could just be getting your health back. It could be a lot of things, if I'm honest with you. And that the reason I say that particularly is because the word surrender makes me feel like if the universe is asking you to surrender something, usually it's for the better. And I feel like if you have like a drinking habit or a smoking habit, the universe will probably like it'll sort of make sense what the universe gives back to you. It could be, if it's like causing conflict within your family, it could be your family. If it's like causing health problems, it could be just better health. It could be a lot of things. And it doesn't have to just be like a vice, but it could just be something that is unhealthy for you, whatever that may be. It could be watching too much TV. It could be being on too much social media. And what they're saying here is that, first of all, with the non-duality, for some of you, this is not all of you, but for some of you, the non-duality is trying to say like there's a moderation to some of these things. And it's okay to it's okay to be on social media, but don't overdo it. It's okay to watch TV, but don't watch TV all day. Things like that. And it's saying that if you can make that change, then you're going to get something back from the universe in some kind of way. It could honestly be a financial thing or an inheritance of some kind. It might not even really connect to it all, but like it might not directly connect to whatever it is that you're surrendering. But it could just be, like, honestly, I just heard the word gift from the universe. For some of you, that's going to be like a freedom. That's going to be some kind of a freedom that you're going to get from this. I don't know what. See, like, it's just such a vague, it's just a little vague. But I like that. Definitely, if you're thinking about changing majors, that's for some of you. Like, you're surrendering the old dream for a new dream, and it's gonna pay off is what I'm getting. For some of you, it could be a job. You could be changing jobs, and you could be surrendering like this is a specific message. It could be that you're changing from like working for like a company to working for yourself, and you're surrendering the comfort and the stability of the company for the unknown aspect of being an entrepreneur. So that's definitely part of it. And a message that I'm getting for all of you, no matter what it is definitely meditate. I always get that message almost for every group, but I usually don't say it. But yeah, the universe wants you to meditate. I don't know why. I don't know what on, but it just thinks that, it's like it's just a suggestion, I would say. So we're going to pull some drops real quick. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Sorry. Whenever I get this charm, it does make me feel like it's like a message to meditate. So that's why I'm saying, oh, yeah. Yep. For some of you, this has to do with you might get a stroke of luck from the universe of some kind. And definitely for a lot of you, this does have to do with changing something. I don't know what. Like I said, it could be like breaking a bad habit. It could be changing your job. It could be, this and this. I don't like this message. I hate saying these messages, but someone could die and leave you with something big. Something's changing, and you're going to be getting something out of it is sort of the big message here. For those of you that are leaving a job, this charm is trying to say that you will regenerate your income or your financial situation. So the black cat is what made me think of luck. Because in Eastern cultures, black cats are actually lucky. And for some reason, that's the message that I always get when I see them. So But yeah, there's definitely change. The biggest message I'm getting from this is change. And if you have, maybe that's where the meditation thing is coming from. If you have issues or if you like struggle with change, then try to meditate on it. Try to meditate on, you know, like, why is it making you feel like you're struggling? You know, what can you meditate on, what you can do to try to make yourself more comfortable with the change. And that's all I'm really getting from this group. So I'm going to put my charms away and my cards away. And I really hope that this reading was helpful in some kind of way. And thank you for coming to the Swamps for a tarot reading. All right. Thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading on what the universe and or your spirit guides want to tell you. I hope all of you found this helpful, and just want to say again, thank you for clicking on the video.